Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are continuing on with 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. In the first video, which I will link up here somewhere, we created our first warband, the Thorns of Bystone. We have our 4 heroes. We have the Human Mystic, which is my avatar, Human Noble, Duskling, Halfling, and then 2 followers. And then in the first video, I also gave an overview of the rules. In the second video, again, I will link it up here somewhere. We then went on to create our map, the area that we are going to be adventuring. I'll put a bigger picture up on the screen for you to see. And on this map, we have all of the different locations that we know about. We do have 3 hidden locations as well, which are kind of hideouts for each of the threats, which are not on the map yet. And we have my current location. Now for my current location, I am down the bottom right. And what I've done is on this sheet that I've printed out with the map area and with the sort of legend at the side, on the back, I did actually put down the hex grid that you can do on the Perilous Shores website. So my starting location has to be at the edge of the map. So what I'm saying is that the area that I've called Willoa, which is the name of the region given on the Perilous Shores, the region of Willoa comes from a larger area, which is a northern territory. So I'll be using sort of a lot of snow terrain, a lot of snow and ice and cold, which kind of fits with the Duskling warband, which is kind of, I'm thinking is kind of looking at invading from the north. The more temperate zones, the bigger cities, the other provinces are sort of in this direction down there. And that's kind of where I'm coming from. I'm coming to this region from the southern, maybe the southeast direction here, which is in this location at the bottom right, which is going to be hex 1414. Now I'm going to be using these hex numbers in case I need to identify specific hexes. For things like locations, I will be identifying with specific numbers, as you can see what I've done here already with some of these. But like I say, if I need to identify a specific hex at any point, I will be using my hex grid here. Again, I'll put a bigger picture so you can see. Right, so that's what we have done so far. I have my 3 threats. The Whispers from Beyond, threat level 6. This is going to be the undead. For these, I'm going to be using my mid-nor figures. The Ruin Within, threat level 5. These are going to be, I think, my Bestiarum Man-Eaters and God knows what else. And the Duskling Warbands, which also threat level 5. These are going to be, I'm going to be using my Druid figures for these. So yeah, three hidden hideouts. So yeah, that's what we've done so far. What we're going to be doing today is campaign turn number 1. And then we'll see how long that takes. Because the thing is, campaign turn 1, you're basically just traveling from your starting position to a location. So there's no actual preparation stage. In this game, let me bring up the flow chart so you can see. In this game, there are essentially 4 stages. You have the preparation stage. In 5 parsecs, it was the pre-battle. So here you've got things like local events, paying upkeep and taking time off for injuries. Campaign activities, these were things like crew tasks in 5 parsecs. So you can do things like hunting, or you can do things such as helping the settlement. You've also got trading, research, and then you move to the adventuring stage where you decide what you're going to do in terms of just riding a patrol, resting, or whether you're going to actually go to a location or fight an enemy. So you make a decision what kind of battle or what activity you're going to be doing this turn. You may have to travel, you then run the battle if necessary, and then you come to the resolution stage. Now, in campaign turn 1, you don't do the preparation stage. If I decide in campaign turn 1 to simply travel, and you have to travel, yeah, because in the middle, at the moment you're in the middle of nowhere, so you have to travel to a location. Now, you could travel to an unexplored location, you could travel to a delve, to a camp if you want to, or you can travel to a settlement. Now the rules basically say that that's pretty much it for the campaign turn 1, depending on what happens on your travel. Because in your travel roll, you could actually end up having a battle. But let's see what's going to happen. So campaign turn 1 could be short, it could be long. Let's see what happens. So we are going to go into the book. I'll use a lot of bookmarks. So we're back at part 2, the campaign. Move the bookmark over there. Right, plenty of bookmarks. Right, so when we were creating the map and determining threats, i.e. the last video, down the bottom here it says step 8. Again, I don't know whether you can see that. Let's move it over so you can see better. Select a start point. So select a start point on the edge of the map. So that's what we've done. We're starting down here to represent my warband coming from the southeast, from the other domains. This is where you start, and you will need to make a travel roll to reach a location to begin adventuring. So like I say, I can now travel anywhere I want. And the way that traveling works in 5 Leagues is that you don't make a traveling roll for each hex that you pass through. No, it's easier than that. You select a location that you want to go, or a map area or whatever. And then you make 1 traveling roll for the entire journey. That's it. So even if I want to go from my start position and I want to attack this camp here, which is number 8, which is the Duskling Raiders camp, even though it's God knows how many hexes, I'm only making 1 travel roll. Keeps it simple, keeps it manageable. So what I need to do now is I need to decide where I'm going to go. So before we do that, let's just go down to here. Another bookmark, plenty of bookmarks. So what it says here, so this is the preparation stage, page 75. Your first campaign turn. In the first turn of the campaign, you are arriving in the region and therefore do not begin the game in camp or in town. Skip all the preparation stage and go straight to the adventuring stage to make a travel roll. Usually, you will want to head to a town in the first turn. You don't have to. I think I think Battlehammer, what's his name, Straw, Darren. He went to an unexplored location, I think, found a monster lair and basically went in, attacked the ogre that was there and didn't have a good time. So you don't have to go to a town or a settlement. You can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. I am going to play it safe to begin with. I want to get to a town so that for campaign turn 2, I can do towny things, you know what I mean? So I can, maybe recruit or trade or, things like that. If I go to another location, for example, unexplored, delve, camp, then I think for turn 2, I may be in the wilderness. So it lessens the options or give me different options. But I am going to travel to a settlement in the first turn. Now I have 3 settlements. I rolled up random. I have over here, number 1, this is Amberhorn Town. This is a market town, so it's the largest type of settlement. And for that, let me get my book. Where's my book? There's my book. For Amberhorn Town, The first time I visit there, I will get 1 adventure point. That's the bonus you get for it being a market town. The second settlement is Copresby Village. Now again, these are names I got from the Perilous Shores. I'm using the same names as from that website. So number 2 is Copresby Village. It's a trading hub. So when I'm there, I can spend 1 gold mark for an extra rare goods roll. Not so useful at the moment in terms of how much money I've got. Or the third option for settlement is number 3, Dusty Point Hamlet. Now this is a military outpost, and if I go there, I can get a +1 to recruit rolls. Now at the moment, I have 6 warband members. So at the moment, there's not going to be any modifications for the enemy in terms of extra troops. But if I add another crew member, actually no, I could get an extra warband member, but not actually take him on the mission. But it would affect my upkeep. So I think at the moment, I'm not going to do any recruiting, to be honest, not yet. So where do I want to go? Do I want to go to the hamlet, the village, or the town? And like I say, in terms of travelling, it doesn't matter. It's 1 travelling roll wherever I want to go. I think I'm going to go to the market town to get that adventure point, to sort of get that out the way before I forget. So we are going to travel straight to the market town in campaign turn 1. So for that, we are going to go to the travel roll, which is page 111. Did I use another bookmark? I did use another bookmark. Do I need to remember this page? I'll leave it there just in case. Right, traveling. When you want to go somewhere, you need to travel. Okay, the game world exists as a series of map areas. Yes, well, I've done it so that we have hexes. Each hex is a map area. You don't have to do that. You can have a square grid with bigger, with smaller areas. It's up to you. It doesn't matter as long as you designate certain parts of the map. Again, go back to the previous video when I did my map design and I explain it a little bit more. Right, so we have to make a travel roll. This will always be the case in your first campaign turn. Yeah. After resolving the travel roll, if you have arrived at your destination, you may then proceed to investigate any 1 location you choose. If you're arriving in a map area with a settlement, you may opt to just lay low, which I think I'm going to probably do in turn 1, unless something happens. If so, you do not go through the normal post-battle sequence for injuries, experience points, etc. But we have to roll for news travel. So this is a percentage roll to see what happens on our travel from here to there. See what happens. Now, another thing is that sometimes it will tell you to add a location, things like monster lair, unexplored, whatever. And what I'm going to do is I will place it, if it says in a new map area or whatever, I'll be putting it on the route. So it'll be somewhere on this path. If we find it, if we get that. Right, what are we going to get? So we're rolling black first. We get 16 uneventful travels, absolutely nothing happens. Oh, this is going to be a really short video. No, it ain't. I'm going to do the preparation for turn 2. Don't worry. It's not going to be that short. I don't do short videos, you should know that by now. All right, so nothing happens. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so let's get me notebook. So campaign turn 2, we're going to travel 2. We're going to the town, isn't it? We're going to number 1, which is Amber Horn. Can't spell. Horn Town. Okay, and we got 16. Nothing happens. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. Now, let me just double check and see whether we have to do this news travels, because I thought I saw somewhere that I don't have to. Just give me a sec. Right, I found what I found before. So here, we're at the start of the resolution chapter. or the resolution section of the book. It says here, if you did not have a battle this campaign turn, skip this stage and start the next campaign turn with a new preparation stage. That's what it says here. However, like we mentioned just now, if you're arriving in a map area with a settlement, you may opt to just lay low. If you do not go through the normal post-battle sequence for injuries, experience points, etc. Roll for news events and then begin the next campaign turn. So it's giving me two different messages here. Here it says if you do not have a battle, skip the stage and start the next turn with a new preparation stage. But here it's saying that if I arrive in an area with a settlement, I can just lay low, just roll for news travels. All right, so I'm going to assume that we do the news travels. So 191, bookmark, 191. We're going to do it, what the hell. Okay, so 191. So this is the news table, so we're going to roll percentage. See what news reaches us from other lands. We get a 65. 65. The Duke's forces have raided the enemy. Select a threat of 5+ and reduce it by 1 point. If all threats are lower than a 5, gain 1 adventure point instead. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, we are doing the news travels. News travels, and we rolled 65. And select a threat of 5+. Well, should I bring the Whispers from Beyond down to 5 and then they'll all be 5? Or should I bring one of the others down to 4? No, I think I'll do the Whispers. I'll bring it down to, so they're all going to be 5 now. So, Whispers from Beyond, -1. Threat level, well, that's not too bad. That ain't too bad. Let me make a change on here. So this is now 5. Nice. All right, and that, my friends, is the end of campaign turn 1. All right, guys, that was campaign turn 1. Pretty quick, pretty simple. But your first campaign turn is essentially moving you into a location so you can start the game. So we moved to the town, we did a couple of things, and we are now ready for campaign turn 2, which will be the complete turn. So we will have the preparation, the encounter, and the resolution. So join me for the next video, campaign turn 2. Thanks for watching, guys. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Cheers.